The Rim of the Pacific, the world's largest international maritime exercise, is currently underway in Hawaii. The biennial event began on June 27th and will continue until August. This year's event in particular is of huge importance as global naval forces unite to address the current threat China is posing in the Indo-Pacific region. So what is RIMPAC all about, and what does it mean for China? RIMPAC, short for Rim of the Pacific exercise, is the world's largest international maritime warfare exercise. Launched in 1971 by Australia, Canada, and the United States, it has grown into a major multinational naval event held every 2 years. RIMPAC aims to promote cooperation and improve military readiness among participating nations. The exercise focuses on enhancing interoperability, the ability of different military forces to work together effectively. This is crucial in today's world, where international cooperation is often needed to address global security challenges. During the event, participants engage in a wide range of activities. These include amphibious operations, anti-submarine warfare, air defense exercises, and even ship-sinking drills using decommissioned vessels. The exercise also covers modern warfare domains like cybersecurity and space operations. But RIMPAC isn't just about combat training. It also emphasizes humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. This dual focus reflects the diverse roles modern navies play, from warfare to providing aid during crisis. The exercise serves as a platform for nations to learn from each other, share best practices, and build trust. It's an opportunity for military personnel to understand different operational methods and cultural approaches, which is invaluable for future joint operations. RIMPAC 2024 is shaping up to be a maritime spectacle of impressive scale. We're talking about over 25,000 personnel from 29 countries. That's a lot of sailors, pilots, and soldiers working together to fine-tune their skills. The exercise brings together a formidable array of military hardware: 150 aircraft, 40 surface ships, and 3 submarines. Not just that alone, this year's list features some of the best and most formidable navies in the world. Alongside regulars like South Korea, Japan, and India, there is increased participation from European and Latin American nations. Even Israel is joining for its third RIMPAC, though without ships or aircraft this time. RIMPAC 2024 is putting a strong emphasis on complex, multi-domain warfare. Participants will be honing their skills in everything from traditional naval warfare to cutting-edge cyber and space operations. The exercise includes amphibious landings, urban combat training, and anti-submarine warfare, a full spectrum of modern military capabilities. This year's event also focuses on humanitarian aid and disaster relief training. With 2,400 personnel dedicated to these operations, it's clear that preparing for non-combat crisis is a major priority. The tactical phase of RIMPAC 2024 promises to be particularly robust and complex. Military leaders are stressing the importance of enhancing interoperability and readiness for a wide range of potential global operations. It's about being prepared for anything, anywhere. While this year's RIMPAC is all about international cooperation, there's a notable absence that speaks volumes: China. Once a participant in 2014 and 2016, China has been conspicuously missing from the guest list since 2018. This exclusion isn't just a casual oversight. It's a clear signal of growing tension between China and the United States. China's disinvitation in 2018 came as a response to what the U.S. and its allies saw as aggressive behavior in the region, particularly the militarization of artificial islands in the South China Sea. Fast forward to 2024, and China's absence continues to highlight the strained relations in the Indo-Pacific. The exercise is taking place against a backdrop of increased Chinese military activity around Taiwan and clashes with the Philippines in the South China Sea. These actions have prompted the U.S. to strengthen its partnerships and defense agreements across the Asia-Pacific region, highlighting just how strategically important this area has become. RIMPAC 2024's focus on enhancing multilateral cooperation and military readiness can be seen as a direct response to China's growing assertiveness. The participation of countries like the UK, France, and Brazil demonstrates a global interest in maintaining stability in the Indo-Pacific. Meanwhile, China isn't sitting idle. Recent geopolitical shifts have seen increased military cooperation between China, Russia, and North Korea. The U.S. and its allies are keeping a close eye on these developments, using RIMPAC as a platform to showcase their collective strength and resolve. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's recent comments at the Shangri-La Dialogue Summit emphasized the importance of the Indo-Pacific to U.S. security strategy. While denying attempts to create a NATO-like alliance in the region, Austin stressed the importance of partnerships based on shared values. While RIMPAC 2024 is undoubtedly a display of military might, it's not all about combat scenarios and sinking ships. This year's exercise places a significant emphasis on humanitarian aid and disaster relief, HADR, in operations showcasing the Navy's softer side. The 2024 edition features the largest ever HADR training component in RIMPAC history. We're talking about 2,500 participants from 8 countries working alongside organizations like the United Nations and various nonprofit groups. This humanitarian focus includes a wide range of training scenarios. Participants will engage in statewide mass casualty drills, enhancing their ability to respond to large-scale emergencies. Urban search and rescue exercises are also on the agenda, simulating real-world operations during a humanitarian crisis. These drills are designed to sharpen crisis response capabilities for foreign disasters, preparing naval forces to be first responders when disaster strikes. The emphasis on HADR training reflects a broader trend in military operations. Today's navies are expected to be versatile, capable of switching from combat operations to humanitarian missions at a moment's notice. It's about being prepared for any scenario, whether it's a military conflict or a natural disaster. The dual focus approach, balancing combat readiness with humanitarian preparedness, serves multiple purposes. It not only improves the overall capabilities of participating forces, but also helps to build trust and cooperation among nations. After all, working together to save lives and provide aid can forge stronger bonds than traditional military exercises alone. Moreover, the humanitarian aspect of RIMPAC helps to present a more positive image of military operations to the public. It demonstrates that these massive naval exercises aren't solely about preparing for war, but also about being ready to help when help is needed most. Despite its grand scale and noble intentions, RIMPAC 2024 isn't without its share of controversy. The exercise has drawn criticism from various quarters, highlighting the complex interplay between military operations and local concerns. One of the most vocal groups of critics is environmental and cultural activists in Hawaii. They argue that the massive naval exercises cause significant damage to the local ecosystem and sacred lands. Some protesters have gone as far as to describe RIMPAC as representing colonialism, genocide, and destruction of Mother Earth. These activities point to historical military contamination in Hawaii as evidence of the long-term environmental risks posed by such exercises. The military, for its part, maintains that RIMPAC is conducted in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. However, critics remain skeptical, arguing that the scale of the exercises makes it impossible to avoid environmental impact entirely. Another source of controversy is the participation of certain nations. Israel's involvement in RIMPAC 2024, for instance, has sparked protests from pro-Palestinian groups, particularly in light of the ongoing conflict in Gaza. While Israeli participation is limited, with no ships or aircraft involved, its presence alone has been enough to draw criticism. Anti-war activists have also voiced their opposition to RIMPAC. Groups like the Cancel RIMPAC campaign and the Resist NATO coalition have organized protests, arguing that the exercises escalate regional tensions and increase the risk of conflict. These activists draw parallels between military actions in Hawaii and disputes in other regions, emphasizing the potential negative impacts on local populations and the environment. Some critics also question the necessity and effectiveness of such large-scale military exercises in addressing real-world security challenges. They argue that the massive expenditure of resources on RIMPAC could be better directed towards diplomatic efforts or addressing global issues like climate change. The controversy surrounding RIMPAC 2024 reflects broader debates about the role of military power in today's world, the environmental impact of large-scale exercises, and the balance between national security and local concerns. While RIMPAC continues to operate with the stated goals of promoting cooperation and preparedness, these criticisms serve as a reminder of the complex and sometimes contentious nature of international military exercises. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos. See you in the next one.